Welcome back to the Wednesday stream, Painting with Ricky. I guess I should probably talk about some of the things from that's going on in SCGC world at the moment. You might have seen on our social media streams last night that we have had to cancel 2021. This wasn't something done lightly. We'd been working with the council in trying to with contingency plans for if there was still social distancing in place, but as it currently stands, it's not feasible to run. So they asked us to move our booking. So it wasn't anything we can do, but we're gonna try and keep going with the Twitch stuff. Do a virtual convention on May the 1st, which would have been our physical date. Apart from that, there's not a lot else to say. I'm happy to answer questions if they come in, but it's just the way of the world at the moment. We might actually start reworking this on a Wednesday as well. It'll still be a painting stream, but we're thinking of trying to be more community orientated. So like Simon is gonna try and join me at some point. We'll paint and chat and maybe open up our Discord so that people can chat along as they paint their own stuff. But that's something that we're going to be looking into going forward. We're going to try and build up everything else on the stream. Let us know what kinds of things you want to see. We don't want to just sit here talking to ourselves, basically. It's about interacting with the community. And that was the whole point of SCGC when it was physical as well, was about just interacting with the community, the geek community in the area. So anyway, so with all of that said, I'm going to carry on with these Ogres. I don't know if you can see very well, but he came out quite well with the black on him as well. I did post photos up on our Instagram, but that is how he's looking at the moment. And so I asked online for examples of other people's like the shields and things like that on them. So and I've seen them. I think I'm just gonna go with lead belcher, hence why I've got my plate out. So I'm gonna put some lead belcher on them, and then probably some bronze or something, one of the bronzy colours on some of the plates on there. So, and then I'm also gonna be putting on some leather on the straps, like a brown on the straps, and so I'm going to be using snake white leather, which is a contrast paint, which I like. Hence why I've got the plate this week rather than the wet palette. But I'm just trying to sound like I know what I'm doing, but I'm basically just splodging paint on the guys. So yeah, so we're trying to build up to have more content on the stream, especially now that we haven't got the con coming up. So we're gonna stick with Wednesday for the painting. We might have some impromptu in between. Like if someone wants to jump on, like one of the organisers wants to jump on and do a stream just because they're painting or something, then they might do that. But schedule-wise at the moment, we've got Wednesday is going to stick to painting. It'll be me joined by other people, like Simon, maybe Sam, maybe even Adam will join in. And then from there, we've got Friday, which is going to be the gaming night, the group gaming night. So at the moment, we're playing Among Us. We're looking for other games, so if there's games that you'd like to see us play together, but at the moment, Among Us is something that we can play as a group and cross-platform. So, and a lot of us haven't got gaming PCs, so it's limitations with that. But if you want to watch something, if you want to see us do something, like someone suggested Phasmophobia and they made me play on Sunday, the video should still be on our Twitch somewhere. But yeah, so if you want to see me basically like a little baby not wanting to actually play a game, go back and have a look at that once we finished up today, because I'd rather have people in the chat if possible. But yeah, so we've done Phasmophobia and stuff like that. Maybe we can do, if one of us gets a capture card, maybe we'll play through Scott Pilgrim on the Wii. Not the Wii, the Switch. Why did I think Wii? Scott Pilgrim on the Switch. What else have we got? And then, but again, we're looking at ways to make that more interactive, and maybe having the general chat open for anyone to join in on our Discord. Obviously, you won't be on the live stream, but you can come in and chat. Maybe if we need an extra body, we might pick someone out at random to join in. And then Saturday, it's on the schedule for Saturday, but there's no definite time, because we haven't got a definite time when we're available. But Saturday is me and Becky doing the me and Becky playing Stardew Valley. So Becky hasn't played that before, so I'm showing her the ropes. It's usually on Saturday evening. It's usually on Saturday evening, but it floats about when we start. And we were joined last week by someone else as well, Joe. So there's a possibility of other people jumping in on that stream as well. But the main people on that stream is me and Becky, just working through a brand new farm. We are still in spring, I think. I think we might be on week 2 of spring. So it's still early enough to jump in. And I think I've got the recordings of the stream, so we should be adding them to our those to our YouTube as well, because obviously they drop off Twitch after like a week. It was a good game. Lol, you should have stayed on hard mode. Well, they would enjoy it. It's not my cup of tea, Chris. Even though I didn't see anything, it's the thought and the anxiety of thinking that something's coming for you that makes it bad. I just couldn't deal with it. But yeah, it is a good game, I guess. My laptop could barely run it though. And watching the stream back, it's like watching a clip show or something. But yeah, I don't think it was like it when we were live, but the recording afterwards was terrible. I know the recording, the video that's on the Twitch channel is just really bad. So I'll have to check my recording. What, you want me to go through like a haunted house or something? I don't think so. Mind you, I have slept in Margam Castle, which is supposed to be haunted. I'm a man of science, I don't believe in all of that. Still not going to do it though. I'm a man of science, but I'm also scared. I don't want to swear, but I am. It rhymes with a big boat and another name for a donkey. So yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. I did, even when I slept in Margam, I was in like the modernised part of it, and even that was just horrible. Like I was watching, I'm gonna show my age now, but it was on a school trip and we were watching, in the like common room watching, Saving Private Ryan, and as I looked like that, something grey walked past the window. And when I ran to the window, there was nothing there. And so I felt a bit on edge. And but I sat back down and watching the movie. And then again, something grey walked past the window. And I run to the window sooner. Even though I was terrified, I don't know what I wanted to see, because I didn't want to see anything, but I had to know at the same time. It was just one of those things, like, I had to know what it was, but I didn't want to look at the same time. But when I ran up to the window the second time, I did manage to see what it was. And it was a deer. So, yeah. Nothing too fancy. But, oh my god, it looked ghostly as you walked past the window. Because it's like pale grey. And then, to top it off, because we were a bunch of, like, we were a bunch of like 16-year-old boys, so, and we were causing trouble and stuff in the like dorms. So they made us walk around Margam Park at like 1 o'clock in the morning, which was creepy. Okay, so it's weird. Yes, and I do like horror films if they like creature features. So like, and slasher movies, I could do slasher movies. So like Scream I've done, and so Scream and things like that. Alien, the first one, is a horror movie which I enjoy. The Thing, and things like that I can watch. It's like all the ghosty stuff, and I've even watched The Exorcist. I watched The Exorcist when I was about 14, 15, and when I watched it, I thought, there's nothing scary about that, and then I had to walk my friend home after it, and that's when walked my friend home in the dark through this part that was like an alley through like some woodland, and that's when it played up, when I'm walking back through that on my own afterwards. That's when The Exorcist scared me. No, when I was watching it, it was like, what's all the fuss about? So, yeah, so I could do those kind of horrors. But I just don't like, the creepy ones. So, like your paranormal activities and ghosty ones and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, do you count Evil Dead as a horror? Because I watched that, I like that, but I don't know if it counts as a horror. The horrors have I watched that were really good. Saw, the first Saw. Like, I will admit that is a really good film. Like, the twist is excellent. It's got some great actors in it, and it is a good movie. Like, just as a film. Like, a lot of horror movies are cheesy. Like, Cherry Falls, for example. Cheesy slasher movie. But, like, Saw, the first one, is a fantastic movie. And then, but after that, they go a bit downhill as they become more and more torture porn. I know there's scenes of torture porn in, like, the first one, but it doesn't seem as much as in the sequels. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of other horror movies now that I've watched. And, like, to be fair, Scream 4 was the closest I've ever come to walking out of the cinema before a movie finished. And it wasn't because I was scared. It was because it was terrible. It just felt like they had the chance to do something with it, and they decided not to. I don't like Freddy Krueger. There's something from when I was a kid. I really don't like him. So I've seen Jason movies, but not, and like I've seen Halloween, I've seen Friday the 13th movies, but I just don't do Freddy. Sorry. And even, like, I've been at Comic Cons where, like, Robert Englund's there, and he creeps me out just still from when I was a kid. I was terrified of him. Like, my brother and sister used to tease me. My brother and sister are older than me, so, like, my sister 5 years older, my brother 7, about 7 years older than me. So, like, and they used to tease me rotten about it. What's more of an action film? Freddy vs. Jason? Yeah, I get it, and I get that it's more, like, as the Friday and the Nightmare movies go on a bit, they get a bit more camp and cheesy. It's just that thing from being terrified of Freddy Krueger when I was a kid. It's just stuck with me all these years, and I can't deal with Freddy Krueger. I'm a big wimp. But trying to think of other horror movies that I've seen. It's a weird concept though. Like, I know so, like, Jason's unkillable, and Freddy's already dead and lives in nightmares. So surely it's an unwinnable situation. And which one do they make? Like, you know, in Alien vs Predator, for example, they make the Predator the good guy, more or less. So do they make like Freddy or Jason, one of them, the good guy? Because you've got to root for one of them. It's like in wrestling, like heel versus heel or face versus face don't really work because you need someone to root for and you don't want to split the crowd. So who do they want you to root for in those Freddy versus Jason movies? I would guess it's Jason because, you know, he's kind of a victim. Whereas Freddy is paedophile. See, I knew it. I knew that would be the case. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You've got to have a good guy. Yeah, but you know, the Punisher kills people. He's still supposed to be the good guy. Wolverine kills people. He's a good guy. I think I picked the wrong model to start with, because all of the, after doing his belly thing, all the other bits of like of metal on him are really small. So yeah, it's weird. Like the I just it's not my cup of tea, to be fair. I don't like body horror either, really. I remember when I was younger, me and some friends were planning on going to watch some football. We were going to do like a small European tour. We were going to go and watch Wales play football in, I think it was Slovakia, and then we watched Hostel, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going there anymore. Because, yeah, so... but because it freaked me out. But yeah, I just not really a fan of that kind of movie. Like, wouldn't you rather watch a comedy? Like, have a laugh, watch something comedy, like makes you laugh, and then you can go to bed nice and sound. You don't have to worry about what's hiding in the cupboard. I'm not talking about when I was a kid either. But yeah, I could watch comedies and like action movies and sci-fi all day. Yeah. Like, that's it. I guess I get where you're coming from. That it is quite fun to get scared. Because, like, when there's horror elements in some of the movies that I watch, I do quite enjoy them. Like, you know, I'm trying to think now. I know it's not outright horror sequences, but like in Jurassic Park when they're being stalked by the raptors or something like that. I quite enjoy that. And like they're the bits that live with you. And I guess it's not classed as a horror anymore, but Jaws is one of my favourite films. And I guess that's got horror elements to it. And it's got jump scares. And I jump every time with our head on the boat. No matter if I've seen the movie a million times. Every time I will jump. So what's your favourite type of films then? Oh no, I get that. I guess it depends on the mood with most people. Like, but what are some of your favourite movies? Because like, it's one of those things when someone asks you what your favourite movie is, and it depends on the day, really. Because, you know, if you ask me on one day, it might be, say, Jaws. Another day, it might be like Pulp Fiction or Empire Strikes Back. And then I start cheating and going, can I include all of the original Star Wars trilogy as one choice? And then, if that's the case, can I also do it with Lord of the Rings? And then before I know it, I've got like a top 20 favourite movies, but they're all joint first. It's just, I hate that question, but I also love it at the same time. Great Outdoors is great. I always joke, like, if I go somewhere and have a steak, not that I eat steak that much, but I used to go out and someone would be having a steak, I'd always quote, and a gristle. Yeah, it was that weird thing with DVDs. I have got a decent DVD collection, but I had more of a tape collection. Not all of it, like mainly taped. I watched certain films over and over and over. So like, I think I watched Demolition Man, for example, more times than anyone should have watched Demolition Man. But I really liked it. And of course I know Great Outdoors is like classic, like 80s movie. So, but I really want to try that steak, even though I wouldn't be able to eat the gristle. And it would depend if I'm doing my vegetarian thing or not at the time. Oh yeah, I just assumed, like, when I worked at the summer camp, from watching all the movies that I've seen, I just assumed the food in America was just gonna be massive, and to be fair, it is. If you go out somewhere, it's just weird compared to over here, where things sound big and then they put them on your plate and you've got room for more, whereas I don't think they give you that option in America. Tell you what, I'm really gonna. It's more. Well, I don't like the phrase guilty pleasure because I just enjoy it, but I do like a cheesy sports movie. The cheesier the better, to be fair. So like, I like, the Mighty Ducks, Sandlot, Rocky. Let me think. I watch all of them. Coach Carter, Cool Runnings, and they're all cheesy. A lot of them are really cheesy, but I just like stupid sports movies. I don't know why. I like sports as well, which a lot of people, which a lot of my friends don't understand. It's like, you're a nerd. I was like, yeah, still like sports. Grew up playing sports. Yeah, I done it. Well, I done it when I first got Disney Plus, because they're all on there. So I watched 1, 2, and 3 of the Mighty Ducks again, and I was looking for stuff to watch the other day, and so I was on Disney Plus, and I fell down that rabbit hole. Oh, basketball, yeah, basketball is great. It's a terrible movie if you look back at it. But yeah, loved it when I watched it. I can tell you, because I'm doing a thing for, like, on podcast that I do. We do, well, it was just something that I found a few years ago. Where someone was trying to watch 365 movies in a year, and my friend Mark, I told him about it. Tranter, who's on Justice League podcast with me, about it when I found out about it years ago, and ever since he's kept a list of every movie that he watches. So I'm trying to do it this year as well. And so far I've watched 10 movies, and on there I've got Rookie of the Year, The Big Green, and The Wrestler, which are all sports movies. Oh, and The Sandlot, just because I was on Disney Plus and it was like, fell down that rabbit hole. So some of them, like The Big Green, was something I enjoyed as a kid, but watching it back, it was a bit difficult. Definitely not aimed at adults. But yeah, if you tell me a sports movie, I'll watch it. It doesn't even matter if I like the sport or not. I'd probably watch a ice skating, like a ice dancing one, as long as it's cheesy enough. Oh, I know. I'm coming across as a Disney Plus advert now, and I've done that on Netflix as well. To be fair, so like I watched the university football one. That's a series though. Last Chance University, which is more of a documentary. And then because I watched that, it tells me that I need to watch The Last Dance. And then all of that sort of stuff. And then what else have I watched on there? I've been trying to stop myself watching like Remember the Titans again, because I've seen it so many times. Evening, Sam? Yeah, I've seen Remember the Titans so many times. I don't need to watch it again when there's so much that I haven't watched on all of these streaming services. So like there's that aspect of it as well. So I'm open for suggestions, because my favourite TV show at the moment, especially after almost a year of being stuck at home, is the Netflix or Disney Plus menu, because I can never decide what I'm going to watch. So yeah, I just end up looking through and through and through, and I'll go, ooh, I want to watch that. I'll add it to my list, and that's it. It's on my list, but it's like, oh, it's too late to watch it now. Tell you what, I'll watch Hot Fuzz again, or I'll watch Scott Pilgrim again, or I'll watch anything apart from what I should be watching, new things, because I just fall into the comfort of watching, comfortable things like comedies that I've seen plenty of times and can have on in the background. Yeah, there is too many options. There's too many ostriches. For a Family Guy reference from back when I used to watch that. But yeah, so that would probably, and like people in work always ask me things like, did you watch so and so on telly last night? And it's like, no, I don't watch telly. And they go, you are? You don't watch telly? What do you do then? And it's like, well, I watch things, I just don't watch telly. Hello, Sheared Sheep Gaming. Yeah. And it's that always gets people in work. They just assume because I say I don't watch telly, I don't watch anything. But it's like, yeah, I watch Netflix, YouTube, and Disney Plus. I don't actually watch telly. And I go, so it is weird sometimes, because like I'd be sat there and they're all talking about, this one's for you, Chris, Gino, Fred and Gordon, which I have seen since, and it is pretty funny. But like, yeah, I just feel left out half the time then, because they're all watching actual TV. Actual TV, and like, who wants to deal with adverts? I'm I don't watch as much YouTube anymore because they've got I don't watch that much YouTube anymore because they've gone overboard with their adverts. So like, at least you still can skip adverts on YouTube half the time. So yeah, it is weird. Like my mother messaged me earlier to tell me to watch something on TV, and you know it would have taken so long to get the telly on that I just didn't bother. I FaceTimed her on Facebook, and was like, "What do you want to show me? Show me on your telly," rather than deal with trying to put the telly on. But if something's good enough, like, to be fair, Staged. I watched Stage on the iPlayer. See, still not on proper TV, but not proper TV, but it's still from the BBC, I guess. So I watched Staged. Staged is really good, and I would recommend that. But again, does that count as real TV? What else have I watched? I watched Primal on All 4, More 4, whatever it's called these days, or 4OD, whatever the Channel 4's on-demand services, and that is something that people need to watch. It was recommended by my friend, and yeah, it is fantastic. If you like Samurai Jack or the 2D Clone Wars and stuff like that, you really should jump into it. And it's about a caveman and a dinosaur. What more do you need to know? But it's there's no dialogue in there. But you can't take your eyes off it. It's got some horror elements in there as well, I guess. Just looking for horror anywhere through to satisfy you, Chris. I've really got to catch up on is the Netflix Marvel shows before they disappear. I don't know if they ever will, but I've done Daredevil, all of Daredevil, and I got halfway through Jessica Jones season 2, and even though it's good, I just got distracted and never went back to it. And I gotta do season 2 of Luke Cage because season 1 was really good, and I'm hoping that that's really good. I've heard good things, but I really don't want to do Iron Fist, and it's a shame because comic book wise, I really like the character of Iron Fist, but in the TV show, did he only get one? Did Iron Fist only get one series? Because if he did, I seen that. So, is there anyone in the chat who's actually painting anything at the moment? Like, not this moment, but what projects have people got going on? There's been some big releases recently. Played the Death Guard again. guy's got a bear trap on his hand. It just doesn't seem practical. I know he's an ogre, but can you see that? I'll put him up here to show. Bear trap on his arm, and it's great for as like a visual. Just don't know how practical. I hope he's got some sort of skill that that ties into that. So, you know, like grab or something, wrestle, so that people can't just dodge out because they're stuck on his bear trap. I don't think there's be any point in putting up progress shots of these guys this week, because even though I've done silver and all of them, I haven't done much more. I don't think there's enough to show off. As I'm getting down to these colours now, it's just gonna take me a bit longer to do stuff. Might have to try doing some of it off stream to see some progress on them now. I feel very self-conscious when I'm doing doing more detailed stuff on stream, because you get to see the top of my head a lot more. Yeah, so if for next week now, we'll try doing the more of a community paint thing. So we'll open up the Discord server and making more of a community feeling to it. So decide on what projects you're gonna do. Obviously, you could just join in like Chris has tonight and chat. But yeah, so pick a project and come and paint with us. Another thing I should probably start considering is, what do you guys want to see me paint on stream next? Like, we could do I've got the neck. I really like the necromantic team. And I saw a really cool monochrome paint scheme the other day. It's just Kieran bought the necromantic team, so I didn't bother then, because it's pointless us both having the same team, seeing as that's kind of playgroup. But yeah, so what would you guys prefer to see me paint next? I've got plenty of orcs. I have got plenty of Death Guard. I've got, what else have I got? I got lots of Nurgle Demons and Chaos Space Marines as well, all in my pile of shame. So what do you I've got a great and clean one that I could start messing with. But yeah, let me know what you want to see me paint. Like for me, I've gotta paint it all at some point. So if like the stream says, "Oh, do the great and clean one next," fine, I'll do the great and clean one. Or if they tell me, "Do the squig off next," I'll just paint lots of boys. I have got some second edition starter set boys that need a bit of a rescue. Okay, so we got one vote for the squig off so far. Yeah. So I'm scared of it though, Chris. It's big and I don't want to mess him up. I'm scared that I'm going to mess it up, to be honest. Oh, there's 2 votes for the squig off. I am a bit worried that I'll mess it up, to be fair. I think that I'm gonna... Yeah, Kieran was saying red. Because then he'll go faster. Forge World squig off. Not the gargantuan squig off, just the normal one. I tell you what, once I finish this gauntlet thing, I can grab it to show you it's only across there, away from me. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, it's probably between these two, which I had both of them for my birthday. So we've got the squig off, who is a big chunky guy. He just looks like a big black thing but there though. So let's put him up there. So he's gonna look like that. Lots of armor panels on him. And he's also magnetized. Boom. First magnetized model I've really got, apart from the one I bought off you. So we got squig off, big black mass in my hands, or we've got Great Unclean One. There we go. This disgusting belly mouth. So, oh. Those are the two models that I kind of both want to paint because they will look cool, but at the same time I'm terrified that I'm going to mess them up. I had one off my nephew for my birthday, and I had one off my friend Adam for my birthday. Although the Great Unclean One off Adam also came with Nicolas Cage head. You can listen to the Justice League podcast to find out about that. Plug. So, we've got 2 votes for the squig off so far. Fair enough. Do you still think he should be? This is the way. So have you got a din jar in for your Legion yet? Now that you say that. Were you going to paint then, Sam? Got any? All right. I seen the ones I've seen online are just conversions, then, are they? What would he come under as well? You know, faction wise. How many factions are there in how many factions are there in Legion so far? Is it just the 4? Do you think they'll go down the Do you think they'll go down the X-Wing route and have the First Order and the Resistance? Or do you reckon like Scum and Villainy would become its own, or do you reckon they're just gonna stick as like special operatives for the other factions? Because I still got to try and work out what to buy to get into that game. My X-Wing faction is Empire, so I'm leaning Empire. And I had a cool Darth Vader. For Christmas, so also had a cool Luke as well, but you know, Rebels. Yeah, maybe the app will work now. My app doesn't work at all at the moment for X-Wing. I was looking the other day because I got tempted to try making a list. Because I haven't made a list in ages because I haven't played. And I haven't got a clue what like points are what anymore. I don't know if the lists that I had were still legal because of the new way that the rules update. And it just won't open. Yeah, just goes new faction, new list. And then it goes nope and just switches off. So and then I go in what, Legion, or you've been playing lists in Legion or X-Wing? I used to be okay at X-Wing. I won a few things. Like store tournaments. I wasn't great, but I was okay. I just burnt myself out on it. It was just, X-Wing. I'm happy to... We'll have to try and work out how to do... what's the thing that they've been using for X-Wing online? I'll find out. The guys who I used to play with played tournaments at the beginning of lockdown online using some website, and maybe we can have a couple of games. I've got to relearn basically. He lies. He's trying to make you trick you into playing him and his stupid, undying arcs. Don't listen to him, Chris. All of the... he doesn't cheat. He's just lying about, like... the ones that just buff each other all the time. No, I don't think it was on... Like, I think it is on Tabletop Simulator, Sam, but... Vassal, I think, is the thing that they were all playing on. I think it's a bit more low tech than Tabletop Simulator, but I don't know why they play on that. Maybe it's free. Yeah, your arcs with any of the ones that I played. I think apart from the tournament that we played in Carmarthen, the last time I think I played before that was the time that we played straight. Me and you played straight out of the box with your Republic. I don't know what the name of the faction actually is in X-Wing, but so like the Republic against Cis. You might have. That's the trick. Let them win the practice games so that they get hooked. But yeah, and we played, and the ones with all the Jedis out of the box, the starter set for them is it's not a really good list out of the box, but it's a much better list than 2 droid ships and the soulless one. It was about like double the points of that, and he just killed me straight away. I think that's like one of the last times I played the game. I do regret getting rid of my First Order stuff though, because I really liked flying the silencer. I'm not going to buy back into First Order, but well, I haven't bought X-Wing for a while anyway, but in general, but yeah, TIE SFs and not Whisper, and Kylo probably would still be a decent list, I guess. Yeah, he done that a lot with his Obi-Wan and 2 arcs, I think it was, wasn't it, that he used to use towards the end, the last couple of games that we played. And like Obi-Wan does anything, and then he gets a focus, and then he could give the focus to someone else. But then because he's giving it away, he could get a focus. Or something silly like that with Obi-Wan. Okay, so I'll have to look at. I'll ask like Ben and Miles the best place to play it, and maybe we can set up a game on there, and we can see how it works and stuff. Okay, I've done silver on all of these. There is other bits that I need to have done to them, but I'm feeling really tired now. There might be some silver that I missed, but I think I gotta do some washes, let them dry, do some washes on those belly plates. Yeah, see, he just juggles. He gives away a focus, and then, he lost a focus, so he gains a focus. And then because you're on the left of one arc, you can't spend something, and because you're on the right of the other one... he gets to re-roll. And all of that stuff. You had a really good... a list with really good synergy. Okay, so I'm probably going to try and... So next week I'll move over to either the black or the brown on these guys. And then I'm going to leave... maybe I'll put up a vote on our page about what I should paint next. Maybe so far we've got 2 votes for the squig off and no votes for anything else, but obviously I can do squig off, great and clean one. Where is he? He's so light compared to the squig off. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night there. on painting anyway. I can answer some questions, or if anyone's got anything. Otherwise, I'm gonna just knock it. Call it a night. So I'll give you guys a little bit of time to to get, because I know there's a bit of a delay, but yeah, oh, because he is, which Kieran, because you know they're both pretty sus. It's like when we used to play before stream. It was him and oh well, yeah, they are both a bit sus. But like Kieran and Will were always sus, and they'd always be together as well, so they were even more sus. Yes, it can. I can't remember the follow-on quote from that, Sam, but yes, I do think it can. It did for Snake and Meryl, didn't it? And then Meryl and Johnny and Otacon and Sniper Wolf. Yeah, we'll be back on Friday for Among Us. So Friday from 8, we'll be back on stream, where you can watch Kieran and Kieran being really sus. Ricky getting voted out, even though I think in the total amount of time we've been on stream, I have been the imposter once. But yeah, so definitely on Friday. Then it's Stardew on Saturday, and then maybe we'll find something to chuck up on Sunday. I don't know. It depends. I doubt it'll be me, because I'm been streaming like every day this week. I think we had a practice stream yesterday, and what, don't you like Johnny and Meryl? But yeah, so maybe Sam will, if Sam gets her stuff, she's trying to work out a way to do some like magic stuff. Magic the Gathering, not like Paul Daniels magic. Although that would be quite funny if you want to do that, Sam. Yeah, but I'm gonna maybe put up a vote on like our Facebook page if I can. Otherwise, I'm not gonna do a poll on our website. They never end. They never end well. But these guys are starting to look pretty good, and I've still got all of these guys to do. But no, Blaz. The Dobbies, Creatures, and Winkies, and of the world. But yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna call it a night there then. Thank you for all watching. We'll be back Friday, I guess.